Hey, welcome back. Okay, so it's like taking a look at my list of unlisted videos. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, well, I guess that's not the topic for this video. And, okay, let me find the tab. Yeah, there we go. We thought of the implementation, and of course, the lighting just became better suddenly because I went to buy and came back. And yeah, today we're gonna implement this in Visual Studio. So we're gonna see how to do it. We're gonna plan a little bit. Okay, the basic thing I do is I follow the, let me look for it, the clean architecture. Even though it's not clean technically, but who cares at this point, I guess. Um, I call it the separated architecture, or maybe the confused architecture. It's kind of interesting. Where is it? Let's find something. Yeah, I guess we can take this one. No, this one's garbage. Let me show you mine, I guess. Okay. So what I have initially is stroke, make it white. So I have the entities. Obviously, they are super important. And then I create models, and between, yeah, there we go. And between these and these, we have mappers. Yeah, there we go. It's nice. You have mappers, and then using this, we're going to create the interfaces, and then we're going to create the implementation, which obviously is going to use. What am I? Just obviously going to use database context, and this database context itself is going to use entities, and then it's going to connect to the database, obviously. So now we're implementation interfaces, and these interfaces are going to be used in the user interface. These are like coding interfaces, so just like abstractions and everything. And then this one is going to be facing the user itself. This is basically what I follow. And the start of it is the entities. So yeah, let's get started and work on them, I guess. Okay, let me switch with you to, yeah. So component, also have a page. Let me, and then we also have what's it called, block. And obviously the page should contain a list of blocks. I should call it page blocks or something like that. Okay. Blocks. Is there anything called a block? Okay, if we remove this, can we find like another thing that's called a block? Blob builder metadata. Okay, so blob and blobs. Okay, so we're fine, I guess. Just so we don't use like any like keyword that is related to the system, you know? Okay, so block component. Yeah, okay. Components. Okay, excuse me, it's ID. Same for this. Well, thank you, autocomplete. I think it's IntelliSense in this point. Oh, there we go. Oh, I finally found them. I've been looking for these for a while. Okay, I don't think you saw them. Yeah, well, you can't see them. Basically, these code cleanups, I didn't see them. Not gonna lie. That was next decisions. I don't know. I think I have IntelliSense enabled, no? Yep. Where's the parameter? There is none. Okay, anyway. So we have our blocks. I'm gonna do this to avoid the null thing. Components, page. Let's add a name to the page. So we can identify it with it. Uh, link. I think we should call it something else, I guess. Is slug an appropriate name? Okay, let me look it up. Slug in web. What does it mean to have a slug in websites? Hmm. Yeah. Seems logical, I guess. Okay. But to be honest, we're not gonna use this one. But if you use it, then yeah, here you go. So yeah, link. To be honest, I don't need it, so I'm gonna delete it. I don't want to deal with the extra. Um, yeah, we use string.empties to fill the nullables. I don't need a description because it's obviously the single page. The only page that we're gonna create is the. Oh, I forgot. Let's switch pages. The only pages we're gonna create is the home page. So yeah, I'm thinking of flipping myself. Let me check. Can I flip myself? Just so I can pretend I'm looking at the code, you know? Yeah, there we go. See, I'm looking at the code. Yeah, you can see this? This is the code. It's funny. It's funny. This is technically the correct orientation, actually. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, it's the correct orientation. Anyway, that's what I assume is the correct orientation, I think. That's probably it. Doesn't matter. Let's continue. So on the blog, of course, we have. I don't think we need IDs for the blocks, to be honest. No, actually, we need IDs for the blocks, just so we can edit them. We don't need the name. Components, we need the name. Yep. Yep. No, no, not like this. Okay, let me find LightDB documentation. I'm gonna just check what kind of things we should follow. Okay. Well, yeah, basically the same. Yeah, it doesn't matter to be honest. Well, seems fair enough, I guess. Console app, benchmarks. Okay, okay. I don't think we. Well, so the entities we need components, blocks, pages, and if you go back to our design, okay, let me open our design. Hopefully, we can find a way to do dependency injection with this. This one is super powerful. I think I'm gonna do contribution to this one, where I'm gonna make it like where I'm gonna do the dependency injection for this one. It seems fine. It seems this one is very good. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, not this one. Yeah. The Excalibur draw. I'm gonna go here. Zoom on it. I'm gonna put it on the other monitor, and then yeah, we go to our editor. Now I can like see the inspiration like continue. So our page, the page is this. So our page should only be this one. I think we call it web page. Let's call it builder page. Just so I avoid like any naming convention, because I know I'm gonna face them, especially with Blazor. So the block, we don't need a name for the block. Um, we actually might need like a quid for the component that we got. And let me check for foreign keys or references. DB references. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I guess that seems. Um, yeah. Seems logical. Seems logical. So what we do is we do components, which okay, actually now that I see it, we can call it builder component just so we can avoid building block. And here we do based on ref. I know I need to install like a library for this one. But I think I'm gonna call. Okay, so we name it builder components here. I mean, it knows. It knows. Yeah. Now let's install the so NuGet packages. Install them. This is just to reference which component we're using, just in case. I mean, you don't know what could happen. And now that I'm thinking about, I think I shouldn't have like any references in each of these objects. Probably just put the whole HTML component HTML in there and like parse it myself when I need to. Should I? That would probably be bigger problem, wouldn't it? Maybe that would be actually better because if we keep like the whole component here, because we can do that. It's a JSON DB basically. Um, we can see what the actual component had. Still thinking about it. Well, okay, let's install LightDB and then think about it in a while. Yeah, LightDB. Is there like no entity framework for this one? This one is such a goated library. Async wrapper. Huh. Well, I think I'm not care about async in a way because we don't have like a big. Uh, hmm, hmm. Kind of want to know if this is actually a useful library. No, it's updated too late, I guess. It's an old one. This one 2021 as well. This one 2024. Whoa, LightDB is old. Hmm. I really don't know. Can we find like an alternative for LightDB? Yeah, I hope. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna check. Well, I've looked, and I think I'm gonna keep LightDB. Seems like a good library. I mean, it is a good library. I've used it before multiple times. And yeah, I guess. What can we do? Like table collection. Well, okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Include. Okay. So we can do basically the same thing as. Hmm, looks interesting. Looks cool. Looks super cool. Yeah, we're gonna do the components. I'm still thinking whether I should do this as a, excuse me, idea as a, keep it as an object to remember the original components. Yeah, probably, but for now we're gonna do this. Um, no, there is no this content, which is technically a dictionary of string, and most likely another string, and gonna do this probably. No? Yeah. What, what do I do for this one? Yeah, probably do like a null. We do this thing, this weird thing. Okay. Where's my conception? There we go. Okay, so component name. So let's go to building block. Yeah. Contents and then subcontents. So subcontent is basically a list of other blocks. Please let me write correctly. There we go. So content, basically the main content of the page, and then subcontent is the subcontent, obviously. And I think I'm thinking on how to implement now the class thing. Because do we save the things directly as values in here, or do we like, I don't know, like do it in an interesting generalized way? To be honest, I don't know. Okay, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna think and I'm gonna be back. Okay. Thought about it a little bit. I decided to do something like this. And in constants, okay, let me do. Okay, so you can call it default attributes. Static class, and it will help us like build this thing. And this will also be useful in forms, like whether it's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's gonna be super useful. So we're gonna have to create static. So public static default. It's a dictionary of attributes. Okay, string and boolean default attributes. Okay, we're gonna say all default attributes. Okay, so this is what it suggested. Seems fair. Um, what else? Okay, so static dictionary. So what's can so string? No, so boolean. Okay, what did it suggest actually? No. Um, no content components attributes. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with these in a second. Okay. Can we do it as an array? No? I was hoping I can do it as an array. Like this. Well, it doesn't work, I think. Yeah, okay. So that's not a dictionary. What is that even? Well, um, want this. Public static dictionary string boolean. So no contents, no subcontents. What else can we have? So no content should, okay, no subcontent. Components attributes, okay. I'm gonna keep them clean for now. I'm gonna remove all of these as well. Keep them at the same level. And we need something for no content, no subcontents. What can we call those components? I don't know. For example, a spacer and a separator, they don't have components of themselves. Like they don't have content in themselves. No subcontent components. I don't know, to be honest. Do you call it like, I don't know, positional components? Seems fair, I guess. Well, all default attributes, yeah. So this one doesn't have content or subcontent. I think I should find a better name, not gonna lie. So this one doesn't have subcontent. This one doesn't have content, but it has subcontent. This one doesn't have one, but has content. Has both content and subcontent. So this is what I want to, yeah. And the default attributes we have are, okay, I don't think, okay, actually, do we, if we simplify it a little bit, do we really need this boolean in here? If we're gonna give, if we update this one, we keep only string, it's not the dictionary, so it's basically like a list of string, like a string array. Because this will only decide which attributes this component you can change for this component. And if you have them like as a string list or an array, it's gonna be super simpler. It's gonna be much simpler, yeah. And here it's gonna be way easier as well. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this one still has to be obvious. I'm gonna go like add the triple thing here. Let's say change. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, change. Because I'll be back and I'm gonna tell you what the problem is with that one. Okay. So this one we can do something like this. Yep. Actually, I might need this one. Yep, thank you. Okay, we don't need the new keyword. Perfect. No, it's basically constant. Static, constant. Yeah, we can do the other best thing, which is read only, I guess. Yeah, so we can make them like only read only, only read only. Anyway, let me check what kind of attributes do we have. So we can have. Okay, so do we write them in? Yeah, padding, background color, background color. I wanna like name them things that I can use later. Text color, and even content and subcontent are gonna be this. So content, subcontent. We can. There's like also another pattern called builder. I think if I don't remember correctly, to be honest. Yeah, content. So positional gonna only have. Yeah, positional only gonna have like margin and. Okay, maybe background color as well. I mean, it's all about the planning. We're gonna see what you can do with these later. So yeah, by default, it's gonna be default attributes all. Yeah, by default, it's gonna be this. But the content what I wanted to change is no, actually, I don't have to change it. I'm gonna go up there, up here, and we're gonna do the content, the real content thing. So public class, so component content, prop. It's gonna be um, content name. What are we gonna call it? Variable. And yeah, string variable type. Or to simplify it, because I think you can only have like two types of things. We're gonna say is image. Component contents. Yeah, this one we call it contents. No, why did I add a constructor? Yeah, we get this out. I'm thinking. Oh yes, actually, I forgot. The most important part is the HTML itself. Yeah, well, nearly forgot that. It would have been like kind of catastrophic. I'm not gonna lie. This is the main component. So building block. Content. No, actually, content. As I said, I'm gonna keep it the same because even if it's an image, like when you upload, it's gonna give you like a URL, so you can use it as a string, basically. So it's kind of good. Idea keep as a reminder original object. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna keep it like this, I guess, for now. So building block, gonna move it out. So um, I'm gonna have to think. Well, we're gonna keep that for the implementation once we are doing the implementation, the real implementation. Because for now, we're just gonna create entities and also thinking at the same time. And I think the next step is, let me show you the diagram again. Let me put the diagram over here. Okay. So we kind of have the entities. Uh, okay, we're gonna skip them all. We're gonna go to database context. These two will be made in our next episode. Today we want to do database context. For this, I'm really kind of thinking on how to implement this in a way where, how do I say it? Like it can be used as a singleton. You know what? We have an easy way out, and that's Claude. Let's go as Claude. Why not? Okay, but before that, we're gonna have to create like um, extensions thing here. Landing page extensions. To be honest, I kind of forgot the it's public static something like that, and it's like public. No, not like this one. No, no. I service collection or something. Yeah, admin service collection. Um, Setup landing page. This no. My service collection. Yeah, services. Probably something like this. Yeah. I think it's like this. I just wrote it out of memory, but I should be actually remembering this one. Maybe I should create like a snippet. You know what? I'm gonna put in my notes. Let me have like my super new notebook. I'm gonna write down like what I need. So coding snippets. Okay, I'm gonna pause so I don't bore you with my writing. Yeah. Uh, this should be it. Actually, I'm not sure. I think it should be it. Okay, let's go back now to GPT or Claude. Actually. Okay. So okay, basic registration singleton. What can we from app settings? Okay, no, I don't want anything from app settings. This is the basic one. Probably we're gonna use this one as well. Oh, excuse me. We're probably gonna use this one. Yeah, there's also the option to create it in a service where we do like this highlight database. Oh, okay, so this is the usage in service. Seems good. Scoped, yep. Okay, no, I don't need the controllers and everything. Yeah, I also thought of doing it as a singleton, but I, to be honest, I don't know. Okay, let's go to the link actually. Can I go to the link, please? Open link. Yeah, thank you. It's fine if it opens it on a new page, because that'll be good. I wanna like handle like concurrency. You know what I mean? It's shared. It takes. I'm gonna give it this. And I'm gonna check for other things. Let me check. If you have any other interesting things. Collation indexes. File storage. Not really. Oh yeah. Whoa. We can do file storage. No. Yeah. 2 1 megabytes. Expressions. Collections. Yep. I'll give this as one. So what we need is I'm gonna explain my thought process here. We need to do something like entity framework. So um, this will be used in a web page. So the database has to be shared and can have multiple operations at the same time. Well, that's not true actually, because the super admin will use it. Now that I'm thinking about it, only the super admin is gonna use it. So gonna think in a web. Okay, let me give you this. If you're using this in a web page, use a relational database and make a better entity like diagram thing. But in my case, it's gonna be like barely accessed, and when it's accessed, it's gonna be like compiled. So how do I explain it? So let me show you in the diagram. So do I have any like diagram? No, I don't have it. So okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it with the pen. Where's my? Let's go with the green. Sure, okay. So if the user comes in and he accesses the page using our link, it's first gonna go to the cache. So it's an in-memory cache. I don't know how to draw it. Let's draw it like a chip, you know. So it's gonna have like HTML ready, and then if it doesn't find it, let's do this. If it doesn't find it, okay. If it finds it, good. Uh, bad. What happens is we're gonna get from database. So okay, so get all, and then we're gonna compile. Okay, I call it compile. It's basically just doing the process I told you about, like recursivity and things, and creating an HTML. So our excuse me, our output will be HTML, and then it will be cached. No, actually on orange, and then we go back to green because what will be accessed the most is the in memory, basically. Yeah, yeah. Basically, that's it. Yeah, I think. This is what will be accessed in memory most of the time. Yeah. Thinking where to inject. Okay, yeah, we inject it in program C sharp and then we use it in this. It's basically what happens. So if we don't find it, we get all the building blocks of the page, we compile them into single HTML, and then we save them in memory and then give this to the user. So only the user that will have the compiling process happen to him will feel the slowness. But after every reload, after that, it's gonna be like super fast. I'm even thinking of adding like a worker, a background worker that will compile the page occasionally. Like for example, if we thinking of adding variables, like let's say we have like our let me zoom in. Let's our clinic name like this, and we need to get like this each time because we don't know what changes between time and time again, you know. But that's like some advanced stuff. So it's basically a static page maker, and that's it. This could have been done with HTML, but HTML is kind of boring to use for super admins, and yeah, that's why I'm gonna make it in this complex way. I mean, it's not complex. It's also fun to make it as a video series. And yeah, let's see what it gave us. Okay, I didn't complete actually. Multiple operators at the same time. Isn't it more interesting to have it as transient? Okay, and create for me something similar to a DB context, or we can do okay. Let me check again. So collections, get collection. This we insert index. Well, I guess it's fine. It's fine. I guess. Well, it will be our DB. So this will be our DB context, I guess. Or maybe you ask him to implement it in a similar way to like entity framework DB context. Or that'll be a little bit more. That'll be a little bit less interesting. This is how you use it. So you do like you get the collection for each service. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's continue. This should be fine, I guess. Let's see what it gives us as an answer, and we'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, LightDB is such an interesting database. I'm planning to like contribute to it someday, probably dependency injection things or whatnot. Correct single sum shared connection mode. Database, yep. Actually, no, it's not intensity as well. Shared mode handles concurrency. When you use shared mode, okay, so it handles it on its own. Yep. Doesn't super request. Yep. To open database file, massive overhead. Indeed. Okay. Yeah, this is a better option. Okay, let's do this, I guess. So let me show you the. There we go. Services. Let's call it landing page. Landing page DB. It's gonna be shared. Do we need a password? I don't think we need a password. It doesn't matter if they open it, they will only find HTML at this point. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, seems fine. Well, I guess this can. Okay, I didn't show you what I was checking. I was checking the rest of the code that Claude gave me, but yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Okay, it's quite good. I think this should be it for this video. This is the longest so far, and yeah, um, we're gonna learn a little bit on how to do the. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with my idea of doing like collections and everything in a single class. So yeah, I might do it like in the background without recording, and then in the next video I'm gonna show you because this is already like taking a long time. Yep, this is already like taking a long time. Well, I guess yeah. See you next time.